one final game at Veterans Memorial Stadium here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. This is the 2023 NCAA Division III Baseball National Championship. It's a winner-take-all game. The Lynchburg Hornets, the Johns Hopkins Blue Jays, each team has taken a game in the best-of-3 series. Game 3 about to begin to crown a national champion. Greetings, everybody. Bob Brain along with Bill Brophy and our Tupelo Honey crew here in Iowa. 5-2 the final yesterday. Lynchburg a winner. 11-6 the score earlier today. Johns Hopkins a winner. Now, one more game to decide the national champion. Hornets will be in the field first. They'll be the home team. And Bill, their starting pitcher will actually be the All-American closer to start this one out.
Well, he started one game previously this year in his 29 appearances this year. Batchmore's had a monster year. He's an All-American. 8-1 with a 1.57 ERA. He's made 13 saves and had 92 strikeouts in 75 innings of work with only 25 walks. A real competitor, everybody says. Got scuffed up a little bit in his only tournament appearance. The other night he threw an inning in the third, allowed 4 hits and 4 runs, walked 2 and didn't strike anybody out. But he's back in the biggest game of the year. Nice to have an All-American on the mound you can call on. We said going into today the bullpen was well rested. They hadn't used their ace since opening day. Batchmore gets the call on the mound to start against the hot-hitting Johns Hopkins club, which averages 10 runs a game and proved everybody in the first game today they can still swing it.
It's Cooper, Souvenir, Stoyer, Frank, Myers, Sears, Stevens, Whitney, and Browning. Same batting card for Hall of Fame coach Bob Babb as the one he ran out there in game number 2 earlier today. First pitch is ball 1 to Cooper, who homered earlier today.
And the All-American outfielder, 25 home runs in the year. That's the best in Division III. And he jump-started a 5-run inning, which turned the first game around today and went on to, Johns Hopkins went on to beat Lynchburg 11-6.
Getting his ribs in at the plate here against Batchmore, as per usual. The 1-2 from Jack. Ripped for a base hit. Cooper on board here to begin game number 3 for all the marbles.
Cooper had not been swinging the bat well in the first 5 days of this tournament. But he came out of that slump in game 1, went 2 for 3, scored a couple runs, hit the long home run, drove in 3, and he opens this one with a single left. He's now 7 for 27 in the tournament. He's aboard against Batchmore.
Here's the first baseman, Dylan Souvenir. Lefty on lefty, goes after the first pitch. Gonna be trouble, gonna find the gap. Cooper on his way to third. They'll wave him home. Souvenir going to third. Throw is late. Jays lead 1-0 right out of the chute.
I like to talk about how hitting is contagious for this club, and that illness spread in the late innings of opening, or the first game today, continues into the first 2 hitters here as Souvenir splits the outfielder. He never stopped running. Cooper scores from first. Souvenir ends up at third. It's his 5th RBI in the tournament. He leads this club with 13 hits in the College World Series.
And Stoyer jumps on the first pitch. Neves gets there, has to jump to climb the ladder and bring it down, so it goes down as a sac fly RBI for Stoyer. Bang, 2-0 Jays.
And if Souvenir's been the best hitter, Stoyer's been the best run producer. That's his 15th RBI, and he hit that one right on the barrel. He was got to reach up to keep that from going for extra bases, but it's a sac fly. Johns Hopkins has a 2-0 lead, 6 pitches into this game.
Sam Frank, the catcher, the cleanup hitter. All 1 to Frank.
Frank's 0 for 5 in the opening game today. He's 1 for 9 in the series against Lynchburg, and just 4 for 25 in the College World Series.
2-1 to the Jays catcher. defense here for the Hornets. Neves, Atkins, Harding in the outfield. Collins, Garcia, Jones, and Hyatt left to right in the infield. Fiedler, the catcher, for the lefty, Batchmore. Count goes full on Frank.
Batchmore wastes no time between pitches. In fact, Frank stepped out on him.
Laces this one. Just foul. Banged off the tarp there in left field.
Batchmore likes to work quickly. He's a big boy, presence out there on the mound at 6'1", 215 pounds. He's a senior from Alexandria, Virginia.
3-2 on the way. And it's high for ball 4. Free pass for Sam Frank. Trip Myers, the batter.
Myers 1 for 5 in the opening game today.
It's the bunt down. Fiedler calls off his pitcher to handle it. That's out number 2. Frank down to second.
Go down as a sacrifice, but I think Myers was bunting for a base hit there. But he does give himself up and gets the runner into scoring position with 2 out.
2 down for Caleb Sear, the designated hitter. Sear caught one game here at the College World Series. The rest of the time he has been the DH. 0-1 with the catcher out at second. 1-1.
Batchmore came in against UW La Crosse on opening night and did not pitch well at all, quite frankly. They had to bring in McDowell out of the bullpen to finish up that win over La Crosse.
He was in the dugout scratching his head, saying what went wrong. Could not get comfortable.
And they gave him a long leash, but finally had to bring in Mason McDowell out of the bullpen to get the last 2 outs.
He's got Caleb Sear, 1-2 here. Squirts away, but Frank not going anywhere out second. Two and 2 to Sear with 2 away. And 2 runs in here for Hopkins. Let's give you the men in blue. We have 6 of them for this national championship tilt. Dom Lambuco behind the plate calling balls and strikes. Rudy Firmbach is at first. He's the crew chief. Eric Byram at second. Michael Chuckerman at third. Bill Rush down the line in left field. Brett Mile is in right field. Count goes full on Sear. To left, should push foul, and it does, into the picnic zone over there.
Johns Hopkins, 47-7. Excuse me, 48-7 after the opening win. They've been number 1 in the country most of the season. They would obviously love to win the national championship for their coach. Bob Babbitt, his 44th year, has never won.
From Blue Jay himself. Both coaches, alums of these proud schools.
And Lynchburg, in their first tournament appearance, would love to win their first national title in their rookie appearance there.
That ball is absolutely crushed and gone. Caleb Sear connects to make it 4-0.
Well, you've been talking all week how hard he swings, and he finally connected and had a big league bat flip to celebrate the home run, which gives Johns Hopkins a 4-0 lead.
Number 11 absolutely knew it. There's your flip.
Well, that was impressive. 17th home run of the season for Sear.
Didn't quite get out of the park, but long and majestic to make it 4-love. And Batchmore and Fiedler talking things over. Hopkins fans, they were thrilled between games, going around to each other, high-fiving, hugging one another, saying, we got life, we get a shot, we get a game 3. And they are giddy right now with this start.
Sear is a junior from Coral Springs, Florida, and he's given the fans a lot to cheer about. This is the way they play. They hadn't hit a home run until first game today, and it took them to the 5th inning when Cooper did that. But since then, they've hit 3 home runs.
Here's the other guy who hit one in the earlier game, Jimmy Stevens, with an insurance 2-run home run late. Down on strikes here. Hold on. Hold on.
I think he said it. Ball hit the ground, said the plate umpire. He's going to ask for help from the base umpires.
Yeah, Dom Longbuco going to bring everybody in, and I mean everybody.
The guys from the left and right field line are coming in to consult as well. Stevens pointed the ground. He thought it was a foul tip that hit the ground.
Fiedler, the catcher, and Batchmore, the pitcher, started to walk off. We can pick anything up here. Hard to tell if he made contact there. Fiedler showing that it went into his mitt, but he saw the umpire Lombuco right away signal. Nope, now they're going to say no contact, strike 3, end of the inning. Well now, bottom of 1, finds Lynchburg coming to the plate, down 4-0 here in the national championship game. Lucas Jones batting order, same as we had earlier today. Garcia, Jones, Neves, Pokerock, the designated hitter in the cleanup spot. Hyatt, Collins, Harding, Fiedler, the catcher, Atkins, the center fielder. They will face the right-hander, Kiever, who was up and down time to time, but not a whole lot in the earlier game. But getting the start here in game number 3.
Ben Kiever is 6'3", 220 pounds, a graduate student out of Dunwoody, Georgia. He's appeared twice in the tournament, picked up the win against Misericordia when Johns Hopkins rallied late in the game with a 5-run 8th to win. In 2 2/3 innings, Kiever's allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, neither of which were earned. He's walked 1, hadn't struck anybody out.
1-1 to the leadoff man, Brandon Garcia.
On the year, Kiever is 3-0. Came in with a 220 earned run average. This is his 20th appearance and his first start. He's saved 4 games. Pitched 30 2/3 innings and allowed 22 hits, 7 earned runs. He's walked 11 and struck out 35. And he's had a lot of TV time. He's been up
Yeah.
the bullpen a lot and didn't necessarily come into games, but he was ready behind Savadoff the other day when Savadoff threw a complete game. And he was up today.
And he just walked the leadoff man, Garcia. Brings up his high school teammate, Ben Jones. Talented freshman, 1-2, top of the lineup, and second and short in the field. Strike from Keever.
Garcia stole a base in the first game. Not sure he's going to run down more runs, but we'll see.
Handcuff Jones. Catch made by Stoyer for out number 1. Here's the defense for the Blue Jays. In left, Cooper, and center, Myers, and right, Browning. Stoyer, Whitney, Stevens, Souvenir on the infield, and Sam Frank behind the plate for the righty Keever. One away for Avery Neves.
Two-time All-American is their big run producer. 1 for 4 in first game today. Is 2 for 8 in the series. 3 runs scored, and he's 6 for 20 in the College World Series with a team-high 5 RBIs. Take it back, Hyatt's got 6 RBIs, but Neves has been good. Had a tough error in the first game, which opened the floodgates in the 5-run 5th, which the inning the game turned around earlier today.
One and one to Neves. Big dude at the plate. Good eye at the plate. Led the nation in walks. But can also put a charge into one. 2-1. Make it 3-1.
Got a pretty good eye. Pretend like he was going to go to first, but he knew it.
Garcia his lead at first. He was leaning. Took a little shimmy there before getting back in time. Garcia goes. It's ball 4. Pair of walks here in the first inning for Keever and the Blue Jays. Sean Polkarock, the designated hitter now.
Lynchburg love to get this guy going. He hasn't driven in a run yet. He's the cleanup hitter. 4 for 16 in the tournament. 1 for 4 earlier today.
Baseball got loose down in the bullpen.
As the bullpen has just started to get active.
Strike.
Cole Jefferson is throwing in the Johns Hopkins bullpen.
Fouled off. Hopkins, they reach free bases. Don't give the opponents free bases. Well, Keever is giving them 2 with a 4-run lead. Soft toss back to second. Garcia close by.
And 2 guys in the bases are the leading base stealers for Lynchburg.
They went up around the visor, 1 and 2. Poked it into the seats. He's trying to go down the right field line. Browning, the right fielder, is looking in the dugout, asking if he should slide over closer to the line. They tell him to stay put. Big gap in right center. It's wide open. 2 and 2.
Went off speed. Pokarak didn't bite.
To a board with 1 down. There goes Garcia from second and got hit by the pitch. So Pokarak will load the bases. Free base given up. This.
A visit to the mound by the pitching coach, Brian Graves. Cole Jefferson throwing in earnest in the bullpen.
This is getting dicey after you get a 4 spot to start the game.
Well, the moral of the story is relief pitchers do a nice job playing. You ask them to start. I mean, we often hear talk about the mindset of relievers, and you know, they don't perform as well when they come in a mop-up role to get work. Well, when they have that bulldog mentality when the game's on the line here, I think you have a different mindset as a starter, and maybe that mindset's even altered further when you're given 4 runs. And then throw in the fact, oh yeah, you're pitching for the national championship. So there is a little pressure on these young men.
Different animal, to be sure. Loaded for Lynchburg, 1 away. Eric Hyatt, the first baseman, licking his chops here. Get the hands in. Pull one down the line.
Hyatt 1 for 4 with an RBI in the 11-6 Lynchburg loss earlier today. He's 5 for 13 with 6 RBIs in the College World Series.
Inside, 1-1. High in the sky. Back behind short, Whitney makes the catch. A little bit of an adventure there. Infield fly rule was called on that play. There are 2 down. And it'll be Gavin Collins, the batter. So Keever trying to wiggle out of this jam unscathed.
Collins had 2 clutch, 2-out run-scoring hits yesterday in the 5-2 Lynchburg win. They could dearly use one here to get back in the game.
Strike 1 to Gav.
Collins 0 for 4 in today's first game. 4 for 20 in the College World Series with 3 RBIs.
To left. And it's a trap by Cooper. 2 runs will score. Lynchburg cuts the deficit in half.
Another big 2-out hit from Collins. He hits it well. Cooper with a good jump of the ball. It's a good effort, but it's clearly a trap. Running with 2 out, Neves scores easily. The other runner stops at second, but the lead's been halved on a clutch 2-out single by Gavin Collins.
Jackson Harding will try to keep the inning moving forward in favor of Lynchburg. Ball 1 outside.
Now the Lynchburg fans into it.
Harding scoots out of the way. 2-0.
Harding 1 for 4 earlier today, 2 for 8 in this series, 5 for 19 in the College World Series.
Here comes
and
Bob
that's
Babb.
going to be a pitching change.
Yep. That last pitch, Babb in his 44th year saw enough. Pitching change coming. Will step aside in the bottom of the first inning here in Cedar Rapids.
Now pitching for Johns Hopkins, number 7, Cole Jefferson.
On the mound now, it's Cole Jefferson inheriting 2 runners on and a 2-0 count to Jackson Harding.
Jefferson's a freshman. We saw him yesterday in a mop-up role against Lynchburg. He threw an inning, had a strikeout, didn't allow a hit.
Harding goes 3-0. So all hands on deck, obviously, when it comes to pitching here for the national championship.
On the year, Jefferson 3-0 with a 591 earned run out.
Gets a strike, 3-1.
This is his 19th appearance, one of which was a start. 22 and a third innings. He's allowed 27 hits, 14 earned runs. He's walked 4 and struck out 23.
Bat foul. Count is 3-2 with 2 down. Runners will be moving here.
Jefferson showed yesterday he's a Texan with a big arm.
Harding to the second baseman, Stevens. Side retired. 2 runs on a hit for Lynchburg. Cut that hole in half. 4-2 now after 1.
NCAA versus organizers are corporate champions and partners. Without their support, these great championship moments and opportunities are not possible for student athletes. The NCAA's winners are the highest levels of fairness and equity. For all the pursuit of excellence in both academics and athletics, helps build and
For a national championship in baseball, it was back in Appleton, Wisconsin, Bill Brophy.
Well, let's go back in the Wayback Machine. Trinity was unbeaten that year. Johns Hopkins had them their first loss in the morning game, and then came down to this game. Johns Hopkins went in the bottom of the 9th with a 1-run lead. They walked in the tying run on a 3-2 pitch. You just saw the 3-2 pitch there. And Bill Decker's team finished 45-1. Trinity out of Connecticut and broke Johns Hopkins' heart in Appleton, Wisconsin. But a memorable finish. I recall you and I did the game. Recall the 3-2 pitch on the tying run was really close. And then a guy named Guy Gugliotta, I believe, fouled off 8 pitches in a pinch hitting role before he coaxed that 4-pitch walk and gave Trinity the title. And again, broke a lot of hearts in Baltimore as Johns Hopkins fell just short despite taking a 1-run lead into the bottom of the ninth. But that was the story that year was Trinity. It was 23,000 to 1 that a team could go unbeaten in a season. Johns Hopkins ended those odds by winning the morning game, and then you saw what happened at the end of the winner-take-all game.
Yeah, it was quite the finish to a spectacular year for Trinity and for Hopkins that year. Gave them their first loss, and they were thinking, we're going to give you the second one and claim our first ever national title. Didn't get it, but another shot here. Fast forward to 2023. Playing for it this afternoon in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, against Lynchburg.
The video's a little better now than it was in the Wayback Machine happened.
We've stepped up to the technology the last couple decades. You saw Whitney fly out to right center. This is Sam Browning, the right fielder. And Jack Batchmore, a little more dialed in here. Would love to get through a nice clean second inning and reset himself. 2 down for the leadoff man, Matthew Cooper. Cooper singled to start the first run party. Scored the first of those 4 runs.
Cooper, a .431 hitter coming into Cedar Rapids with 24 homers and 67 RBIs. Hit a homer earlier today and has driven in 4 in the College World Series.
Cooper named first team academic All-American yesterday. Big year at the plate, big year in the classroom. 1 and 2 to Batchmore. Swings and fouls it into the Hornets dugout. Even at 2 and 2. Cooper dumps in another base hit. 2 for 2 today. He's aboard with 2 away.
First baseman number 22, Dylan Souvenir.
Here's Dylan Souvenir. Souvenir with the first inning triple to bring Cooper home.
Souvenir 2 for 4 in the earlier game today. Now 4 for 10 in this series against Lynchburg.
Ducks away from that pitch. He raised his arms to get out of the way of that one, but that's a strike. 2 and 1. Same deal. This time he gets the call. 3 and 1.
Souvenir, the leading hitter in this tournament. His 13 hits far and away. Well, 3 more than Sean Kalenic of Baldwin Wallace.
Ball makes its way onto the terrace. So count is full. Cooper will be off and running here with 2 away. Batchmore trying to end it. Strike 3 called. Souvenir do that 3 times. Twice it was called for a strike, and Batchmore will take it. Nothing across for the Jays in the top half of inning number 2.
24, Jake Ciani. Leading off the catcher, number 23, Golden Fielder.
Back here in Iowa, defensive change to start this inning. That's Ciani in center field replacing Myers. Trip Myers. Not sure what the issue was, but Ciani, who we have seen in relief in right field from time to time and pinch running in right field, but Browning stays in right. Ciani takes over for Trip Myers. To right field, and Browning's got to play it on a hop. Fiedler, the catcher, reaches to kickstart the bottom of the second.
Second straight inning, Lynchburg gets the leadoff man aboard. Of course, Johns Hopkins is already down without Alex Shane, who suffered a concussion in game 2 here. And so they're a little thin in the outfield.
Yeah, Fiedler needed a moment. He was running gingerly down the first base line. He's aboard for Carson Atkins. Shallow right, Browning makes the catch. Stevens, a flashback there for a moment. That's how the collision happened with Shane. Stevens was going back, and Shane went bumper cars in shallow right. Atkins retired, top of the order, Brandon Garcia. Garcia walked and scored in the first. Ball 1 to the shortstop. Here's a strike. Jefferson, the righty, came in relief, got the final out of the first inning. Frank throws it, struck the pose. Ball 2, however.
Garcia has played his role well as the table setter.
Count even at 2-2.
And on base, series 8 for 21. Walked and scored in the first.
High for ball 3.
On-base percentage 500 in this tournament. He's also walked 4 times, or 3 times.
Little slicer coming in. Whitney to make the catches. Fooled for a moment. He came in on it for out number 2. Now Ben Jones.
He's done a good job on Ben Jones today. Went 1 for 5 earlier. Popped a third in the first inning. But Jones been a good hitter for this club. Six for 21 in the World Series overall. He came in the tournament hitting .321 with 8 homers and 36 RBIs.
With a man aboard and 2 down, Jones takes a strike. Down around the ankles, 1-1. Launch to right and deep. Up, over, and out. We're tied at 4.
was saying, he's had a pretty big freshman year. 9th home run of the year for Jones. And buckle up. A lot of runs, I think, in this one. No doubt about it. That was a bomb as well. Lynchburg spots Johns Hopkins 4. We're going to have a meeting here in the mound among the umpires in front of the mound. And I'm at a loss to explain why.
Yeah, what in the world after a home run is hit?
Unless there was some. I'm really at a loss. I'm not even going to guess what this is about. But give Jones credit.
Fans, the concession stand will close.
And he, had been held in check pretty much in the morning game by Gabe Romano, who threw a complete game. Limited Lynchburg to 9 hits and 6 runs, 3 of which scored in the last inning. Now Lucas Jones, is the coach of Lynchburg, is getting an audience with 2 of the umpires.
You saw the crew chief when all 6 were huddled up taking notes.
I'm guessing something was said on the bench,
or Jones rounding the bases, perhaps.
And we are guessing.
Yeah,
here.
when Sear had the bat flip when he had a home run. So
yeah, I was just about to bring up the same point. So if you got upset by Sear's bat flip, I guess I understand why. I didn't see anything demonstrative about a celebration after Jones homered, but that doesn't mean there wasn't one. Anyway, I don't want to say it's even a warning, but something has been said to Lynchburg folks, and we're back to even at 4 in the bottom of the second.
Avery Neves now, strike 1. Neves walked and scored in the first. So they cut the 4-run deficit in half in the first. And cut it in half again. Bring it all the way back to even here in the second. Mammoth cut by number 30.
Beer Awadzi is throwing in the bullpen for Johns Hopkins. There literally is no tomorrow in this baseball season, so you can empty your bullpen, your bench, do whatever it takes to win.
Steps into the dugout. Outfielders were running in. Here's the gentleman that Bill just mentioned. 3-2 to Neves. Foul territory. Souvenir shielding his eyes. And he gloves it. Side retired. But the Hornets go boom in the bottom of the second. And we're all tied at 4.
To experiences and apply the things that I learned. Being an athlete and juggling academics helped me grow as a person, and things I learned I was able to apply in another field, putting them into everyday life. Developing comprehensive learning helped me prioritize certain things to make sure I get to where I want to be.
Settle in, it's only the third, and it's already 4-4.
Each team is homered. Each team is exploded for big innings.
Leading off the top of the 3rd inning for the Blue Jays, third baseman number 30.
Winner takes all. Johns Hopkins forced this game with an 11-6 win this morning. Lynchburg won 5-2 in the opener of this best-of-3 series yesterday.
Batchmore against Stoyer.
They came into the day with identical records, 47-7. Without question, the 2 best teams in Division III baseball.
Stoyer almost screwed himself into the ground. Tried to untie it with one swing.
You'll see this a lot from the fellas wearing the black tops. They do not get cheated in their swings.
Little flare in the right field. This could be trouble. It's trouble. Stoyer takes a peek. He'll settle for the double. So a little inside out swing and finds a home in the green in right field.
Because they were playing pull, nobody could get to that ball booked inside the right field line.
Five base hits now for Hopkins. And here's Sam Frank, the catcher. Walked and scored in the first. Didn't mean to, but did. Strike one.
The fourth double of the tournament for Stoyer. And on the year, he leads the team with 16 two-baggers.
1-1 to Frank. Ciani's on deck. As we noted, he came in to play center field in last inning, replacing Myers, and will stay there on the lineup card, hitting in the number 5 spot. Two and one to Frank. Nice pitch from Batchmore. Stoyer out at second. His lead. Frank swings and misses. Batchmore records his 4th K of the day.
Center fielder number 24, Jake Ciani.
Now Jake Ciani hitting in Myers' spot here. The new center fielder.
Ciani can run, but he hasn't done much with the bat here. Good defender, but 0 for 7 with the bat.
Lefty on lefty. Blocked by Fiedler. 2-0. Batchmore delivers the strike. Caleb Sear, who popped a 2-run ding-dong in the first inning, waits on deck. Ciani holds off. 3-1. Very shallow in center. And it's ball 4. Ciani does his job. Gets on base. 2 on board for Sear.
Ashmore's second walk. Fan 4. How long this guy can go. He's thrown 61 pitches, even in the third inning. But again, this is the guy who's closed. He's making only his second start of the year. But he is an All-American reliever. 13 saves.
Fiedler set up on the outside, 1-1. Missing their low, 2-1. Batchmore down to third, out at second. Ball bounces around at first. Stoyer thought about it for a moment, but he'll stay put at third, 2 away.
Lynchburg has turned more double plays than any other team in the country. And I think with a good relay throw there, they might have had a Quinn Killing to end the inning, but the throw was low and Hyatt couldn't hold it.
So that'll bring up Jimmy Stevens. Struck out against Batchmore to end the first. Ball one, just high. Stevens, patient, 2-0.
Stevens drove in 4 runs in the morning win, 11-6 over the Hornets. Was 2 for 5 with a home run, his 10th of the year.
Just going to reach the seats and right.
In the tournament, Stevens is 5 for 24 with 6 runs scored. So he's been a factor offensively.
Checking signs with his head coach, Bob Babb. 2-1 to Stevens. A strike. Sear on the pitch, trots down to second. But the concern for Batchmore is find a way to take care of Stevens and end this inning. 2-2 with 2 away. Stevens waits. Batchmore brings it. Foul back. Jimmy liked that pitch.
Stevens, a junior from New Albany, Ohio.
Batchmore again to Stevens. Strike 3 called. Caught looking to strand a pair. Middle of 3, 4-4 the score.
Division III makes up 30% of NCAA membership schools. Learn more about Division III at ncaa.org/D3. Gain an inside look and behind-the-scenes access to your favorite Division III student athletes, championships, and sports. Follow NCAA Division III on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for all your Division III updates. Enjoy the conversation by using hashtag NCAA D3 and hashtag YD3.
Bottom of 3, Hopkins 4, Lynchburg 4. Hornets back to the plate with Polka Rock, the designated hitter. Ball 1, Hyatt to follow, and then Collins. Up in the air on the infield. Stevens on the outfield grass makes the catch. And there's one away.
Well, Jefferson in his third inning of work. He got the last out in the first with 2 runners on and 2 in. He gave up the 2-run homer to Ben Jones in the second, and now he retires the leadoff man here in the third.
1 up, 1 down. Hyatt the batter. Strike 1. That's a base hit. Solid knock into left. Cooper gets it in. Hyatt a single. And Collins, who is clutch in the first inning, steps to the plate.
Baird and Awadzi continues to throw in the bullpen.
No to Gavin. Launches this one in the sky. Right field side. Stevens giving chase. Near the line, makes the catch. And that's the second out. And the batter will be Harding.
Right fielder number 2, Jackson Harding.
Jackson today, a ground out on his scorecard.
He's a graduate student from Keysville, Virginia.
Stevens, another chance. Takes the short route, side retired. 3 innings in the books in game 3, the national championship game, tied at 4.
The NCAA is instrumental in Team USA's success at the summer games.
4-4 the score, top of 4. Dylan Whitney, Jack Batchmore, ball 1. Whitney a fly ball out in the second inning. Browning to follow, then top of the order, and Cooper. Out of play.
Whitney's the only guy in this Johns Hopkins lineup that was hitting below 298 coming into the tournament. However, here, he's 11 for 23.
This one a sky ball to center. Atkins is there for the catch.
Only Dylan Souvenir has more hits than Whitney here in Cedar Rapids, but he's retired to start the fourth. Batchmore now up to 75 pitches, but after the rocky start, he has seemed to stabilize. I guess now it's just a matter of how long he can go.
Strike 1 to Sam Browning. Could be. Go ahead.
And there is action in the bullpen. So I'm sure Lucas Jones checking with him every inning to see how he feels and how long he thinks he can go.
Yep. Take his pulse, take his temperature.
Check for nosebleeds.
Nice pitch there. 1-2 to Browning.
We had a 10-minute delay in the opening game today when Gabe Romano, who went out to throw a complete game, suffered a nosebleed and was attended to in the 6th inning.
Blood delay. First for everything. 2-2 to Browning, the right fielder. This one to center. Atkins busy. 2 away. It could be quite the year for Hopkins athletics. Women's cross country team won its 3rd consecutive national championship back in November. And the women's soccer team won its first title in December. So if the baseball guys can get it done here in June, it will be the first time in school history that there were 3 national champions crowned in the same academic year.
Pretty quick. Wrap up the year with an exclamation mark, I was attempting to say.
I'll say. Here's Cooper with nobody on and 2 away. Pitch there for a strike, 2-1. Atkins, chance to make all 3 putouts. Yep, Harding called him off. Said, I want in on this action. But 3 up, 3 down as Batchmore gets 3 fly balls to keep this one tied at 4.
A single thread is unique. Like each of us, full of purpose, enabling us to be stronger, braver, greater. We can achieve so much more when we are all as one.
Welcome back to Cedar Rapids. This is the winner-take-all game in the College World Series Division III style. Lynchburg and Johns Hopkins are tied at 4. Go to the bottom of the 4th, and Cole Jefferson, who came in to record the last out of the 1st, still in the game for Johns Hopkins. He'll face Fiedler, Atkins, and Garcia, the 7, 8, or 8, 9, and 1 hitters in the Lynchburg lineup.
Fiedler fouls it off. Frank needed a moment behind the dish. I caught a piece of that foul tip.
Fiedler singled and scored ahead of Ben Jones in the 2nd inning. Jones hit a 2-run homer to tie the game in a race of 4-0 deficit. Johns Hopkins got 2 runs in the first 6 pitches and added 2 more on Sears' home run, but Lynchburg quickly answered, and we're still tied.
Away.
Fiedler is 1 for 3 in the morning game. Got 2 for 7 in this series.
Another fun little fact, fun little nugget. You know I love fun facts.
Yeah, you're a fun guy.
In 2019, Johns Hopkins women's volleyball team won its first national title in Cedar Rapids. Baseball team trying to do the same here in Iowa before this tournament moves to Ohio next year as Fiedler reaches here in the 4th.
Another leadoff single for catcher. See if Atkins is bunting here. He wasn't when the team trailed. Johns Hopkins, along with me, thinks he's going to lay one down.
Stoyer creeping in from 3rd. Jefferson handles it. Gets the out at 1st. Sacrifice complete. Fiedler to 2nd. Sets the table for Garcia.
Execution on the sacrifice bunt. second sacrifice for Atkins in the tournament. They've done it 5 times. So they've shown they can play small ball, and top of the order comes up with a man in scoring position.
Brandon swings away. Jefferson, the 0-1. Nice pitch there, 0-2. See the Lynchburg guys giving it a workout behind home plate. Jefferson ahead of Garcia, 0-2. Trying to find a way to push that runner out to second. Bring him home and untie this. Another foul ball. That one hit off the window of the American Rivers Conference, where they are headquartered here at the ballpark. Thanks to Hannah Halverson, Allie Wilson from the American Rivers Conference. Been hustling all week long, keeping us happy, keeping the chaos in check. Appreciate their efforts. 1-2. Another slicer foul.
Garcia battles up there. He's a pest. Just a little guy, 5'9", 150, they say. But he plays the heck out of shortstop, and he competes. Just a freshman.
Yeah, the future's bright with Garcia and Jones up the middle. This one in play. Ciani there for out number 2. And here is Jones, who went yard in the second. That's why we are where we are, tied at 4.
He and Eric Hyatt tied for the team lead with 7 RBIs in this tournament.
Way outside, 1-0. And a strike evens the count.
Wadzi, once again, is throwing in the bullpen. 3rd straight inning he's been up. He's not accurately to say he's throwing. He's warm. He's ready to come in. He's watching like everybody else.
Jefferson trying to keep this game tied. He's ahead of Jones, 1-2. Strike 3 called. Jefferson muscling up. Jones caught looking. We go to the 5th in the national championship game, even at 4 apiece.
Each year, none of which can happen without officials. There is an urgent need for sports officials across the country, as they are retiring 4 times faster than they are coming in, leaving shortages at all levels of sport. The NCAA recognizes the importance of officiating in the student-athlete experience and is dedicated to the recruitment and retention of new officials. For all sports, say yes to officiating.
To recognize the hard work that other athletes are putting in creates a more positive and inclusive environment.
Leading off the top of the fifth inning for Johns Hopkins, the first baseman, number 22, Cedar.
We got a good one going here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. 4-4 in the decider. The last game of the 2023 baseball season in Division III. Dylan Souvenir lead it off for Hopkins. There's a base hit. Leadoff man aboard for the Jays.
He's had a monster tournament as Souvenir. And he leads off the fifth with a line single to right.
Speaking of monster tournaments, 33 stepping in.
Yeah, 15 RBIs. That ties Andrew Parker of Baldwin Wallace for the tournament lead. Parker had 3 home runs to help his total.
Stoyer drove in a first inning run, then he doubled in the third. Two and 0. Batchmore about to throw his 90th pitch on this next one to Stoyer.
Stoyer on a sacrifice flying a double off Batchmore.
Missing 3-0.
Some soft stuff there.
Yeah.
I think Stoyer was waiting on the fastball, so I don't blame him.
Fouled back.
With the green light 3-0, and he saw the cheese. 83 miles an hour from Batchmore.
To left. Neves gets to the spot. And that is out number 1.
Stoyer barreled that one up, but Neves was positioned well to make the catch.
Here's the catcher, Sam Frank.
And he is due. Just 4 for 26 in the tournament.
Runner goes. They throw to first, throw down to second, and in time. Punch out Souvenir.
That's what the second base umpire did. A little mustard on that call. That's Souvenir leaning. Carried on after he got caught off and needed a close play at second, but Garcia put the tag on him before Souvenir could get to the bag in the 1-3-6. Caught stealing.
You saw Souvenir. He popped up and signaled, I was safe, but he didn't signal where you kind of cup your ears. Frank to left. Does it have enough? It does. It's gone. You said he was due, and the catcher delivers.
th home run of the year for Sam Frank. And it breaks the 4-4 tie.
Stopping on home plate. Gives his team the lead.
To extend the arms, and then it was a matter, as you said, whether it had enough or not. Just barely got out of here, but that's a good poke in this minor league park.
So 5-4, Blue Jays back in front.
Again, Johns Hopkins set the record for most home runs in Division III history with 110. They hit 2 in the first game this morning. They've hit 2 in this game. Up till today, they had not hit a home run in Cedar Rapids. But the bats have come alive when they need them. And if they're going to win, that's how they're going to do it.
Gets Ciani. But some damage to Batchmore and the Hornets, who play from behind once again. Bottom of 5. It's 5-4 Hopkins. Score now, bottom of 5. Time to pass out some kudos and love to our crew. Tupelo Hunting crew, producer Seamus Kreider, director Alan Hughes, replay Rachel Henderson, and our guys on the cameras, Eric Foley, Eric Benson, Mo Novak, and Kevin Thorne. Everyone working long days into the night. Been here a week in Cedar Rapids, bringing you all the action from start to finish on NCAA.com.
And they've done it quite well. Quite well. Putting up with us.
Dealing with us.
Oh, a really nice job for the whole crew. Seamus, second year we've worked with you. Alan, you're old. You've been here a lot before. But it's always great to have you. You're a real pro. And Rachel, you've learned what this is all about. You're probably never coming back. But thank you very much. And job's well done.
And we are all got our seatbelts buckled here for what is shaping up to be a terrific finale. Neves leads off the bottom of the 5th. Hornets down a run now. Avery, as he does, walked and scored in the first inning. 2-2 the count here. And he got hit by a pitch. Nowhere to duck for cover.
Last thing the freshman wanted to do is put the leadoff man on. He got away with it last inning. Lynchburg bunted at that time what would have been the tie-breaking run over. Now they're down by a run. Let's see the strategy here with the cleanup hitter.
Here's Pokerok. And like Sam Frank, Pokerok is due. Designated hitter. Would love to start something here.
4 for 17 here. You are correct.
2-0.
Jasper Carmichael is joined to Wadsey in the bullpen for Johns Hopkins. And that might be buying some time for Carmichael.
Yep.
Visit to the mound.
Frank chatting it up with Jefferson. And might have the pitching coach pay a visit. He was in the ear of Bob Babb, and Bob said, not yet. 3-0.
Pokerak, another one of those hitters, the good eye. Here comes the pitching coach. Nostradamus called that one.
And the slow walk again to buy time for the bullpen.
Pokerak has started every game, but he has not played much this year. Played every game here and started every game here for Lynchburg, but coming into this series, he'd only started 13 games, and he had more walks than hits. But he's ahead in the count here, 3-0, and that prompted the mound visit.
So the Chuckers, they continue to chuck. Conference has ended. Pokerok sitting 3-0. And it's ball 4. Eves hit by a pitch. Polka Rock walks. 2 aboard, nobody out for Height. Single his last time up. And this will be Bob Babb, and this will be all for Jefferson.
But the freshman did a pretty good job. Came in with get the last out in the first inning and gave up the 2-run homer in the second. But by and large, giving his team a chance to win, and he'll be replaced here in the 5th.
Tell you all about it when we return to Cedar Rapids. This is the right-hander Jasper Carmichael. Get this, Bill. Jasper has hiked the Grand Canyon rim to rim 3 times. So we know he won't run out of gas here pitching a baseball.
This is his 3rd appearance in the tournament. And up to now, I did not know about his background.
Pretty cool. All right, they're coming in at the corners, Souvenir and Stoyer. And Hyatt takes ball 1.
Carmichael, in his 2 previous outings, thrown a couple innings, allowed a couple hits, a couple runs, has walked 3, struck out 2. Coming into the tournament, had no decision, but an ERA of .83. This is his 16th appearance in the year.
There's a strike, 1-1.
Thrown 22 in the 3rd innings, 14 hits, 2 earned runs, walked 7 and struck out 27.
One to Hyatt.
So he's a strikeout guy from Delta, Colorado. And they could use a punch out here. Hyatt's been the hottest hitter for Lynchburg with 7 RBIs in the tournament. 6 for 15.
3-1. Nobody out. Trouble brewing for the Blue Jays, who just got the lead back. Nope, ball 4.
Good eye there at the plate.
So now they're loaded with nobody out for Collins.
Gavin's been clutch the whole tournament, particularly in this series against Johns Hopkins. Had a 2-out hit to drive in a pair in the first inning, had a 2-out hit twice yesterday to drive in runs in the Lynchburg win.
Squeezed by Frank, saved a run. Lynchburg crowd getting into it, making some racket here at the ballpark.
Collins is a junior from Clifton, Virginia. And that 2-run single in the first, popped up in the 3rd.
Oohs and ahs from the crowd on that foul ball. Those guys make noise no matter what, but they've been joined now by the rest of the red and black clad fans. One from Carmichael. Fights it off foul.
Just tardy on that 87-mile-an-hour delivery. The winner here wins the national championship.
Two and two. Big cut. Down on strikes. That's out number 1.
87 again. Carmichael said, here, hit it. The best Collins in the mano-a-mano matchup.
That's part one for Carmichael. One away, still loaded. Jackson Harding the batter.
Harding, a .313 hitter on the year. He's 5 for 21 in Cedar Rapids. He's driven in a couple runs in the tournament. 24 runs on the year. Infield back, looking for a double play ball. They'll concede the run if Harding can put the ball in play and avoid a double play.
Went after the high stuff and foul tipped. Neves, just in case, was heading home.
87 again on the high cheese.
Neves at third. Polkarock at second. Hyatt at first. Jackson Harding waits on the 0-2. Ballpark right now. That'll reach the seats. Fiedler, the catcher, is on deck for Lynchburg. Carmichael trying to wiggle out of this jam. Came in with the bases loaded, got the strikeout. This one a gapper. Gonna split him and score 3. Jackson Harding comes through. Lynchburg in front.
Jackson Harding, a graduate student from Keysville, Virginia. And he saw the outfield one playing real deep. He split the center and right fielders. And everybody saw that was going to go a ways. And it enabled Hyatt to score from first and to clear the bases. Lynchburg has their first lead of this deciding best-of-3 game.
They tied it at 4 after trailing 4-0 in the first. Fell behind again in the top of this inning. Now in front by 2. Holden Fiedler, the catcher. Carmichael ahead 0-2.
Peter's got a pair of hits today. Now 7 for 19 in the series. Scored a run back in the second.
Experienced receiver. And he is just that behind the dish for this pitching staff. Yeah, the bonus they've gotten from Fiedler at the plate, being in the 8th spot. And it's looking for more. 1-2 pitch. Chased it outside the zone. Strikeout. And there are 2 away. This is Carson Atkins. Strike 1. Strike 2. And a swing, that's time. Lays off there, 1-2.
Atkins looking for his first hit in this best-of-3 series.
Little beanbag toss back behind second. Back to work, Carmichael.
Atkins, another guy who's due. He's 1 for 17 here in Cedar Rapids. The fellow who hit 276 with 6 homers, 37 runs batted in during the season.
He's off again, 3-2. Again outside the zone, but damage done by the Hornets. 3 runs in, takes us to the 6th inning with Lynchburg in front, 7-5. The day is done for Lynchburg starting pitcher Jack Batchmore. Turn the ball over to the right-hander, the freshman, Logan Tapman.
Tapman, 6'2", 210 pounds, from Berlin, Maryland. The only Maryland person on the mostly Virginia Lynchburg roster. On the year, Tapman 3-0. The 3.68 ERA. This is his 13th appearance, 12th out of the bullpen. Tapman's thrown 22 innings, allowed 23 hits, 9 earned runs. He's walked 8, struck out 17, and he comes into a national championship game with a 2-run lead. And go get him, kid.
No choice, right? Caleb Sear greets him, foul ball, top of 6. Jays now trailing by 2.
They say Batchmore was All-American reliever. He gives them 5 innings through 98 pitches. Allowed the 5 runs. Had the rocky start, giving up 4 in the first inning. Sears' 2-run homer is what killed Batchmore in the first inning.
So Batchmore gives him 5. Oh, 2 to Sear, way outside.
So both coaches use their closers to start the game, and both are out of the game now at crunch time.
Whoops. That one got away from Tapman. You could see on the release. He knew it was heading in the wrong direction.
Second baseman number 2, Jimmy Stevens.
Sear gets plunked. Stevens will be the batter. Nothing in 2 trips against Batchmore. First time he'll face the new pitcher.
Sear trying to walk off the effects of the hit batsman.
Jimmy today in 2 trips has struck out both times, but as we have seen, he did that in the first game played today and also homered. 1-1 from Tapman. Fiedler kept it in front. Bouncing around there like a pinball machine bumper. Reference lost on all the young people. Tapman, the 2-1. Right field. Harding shielding the sun. Gloves it. Throw out number 1. And now Whitney, the shortstop.
Shortstop number 15,
Dylan is 0 for 2. Both times he flew out to Atkins in center field. Fiedler asked for time, got it, and then decided to go talk with his freshman.
Still bullpen activity for Lynchburg. Not really under. Seemed like there's a cross-up.
Yeah.
From the minute Whitney got in the box.
But that should be a quick conversation, right?
That's the way I thought.
Yeah.
The umpire's going to have to go break up what should have been a quick conversation. We've learned the speed-up rules in Major League Baseball have not applied to Division III college baseball.
No, and they're allegedly keeping time, but
well, that's what we were told.
That's what we were told.
I don't think the last 6 days that we've seen evidence of that.
Can't recall a pitch clock violation. Anyway, Tapman got the swing and a miss from Whitney, 0-1. Browning wakes on deck. Caleb Sear over on the bases, 0-2.
If you're Tapman, you'd love to get these next 2 guys and not have to face Cooper, Souvenir, and Steyer with guys on base.
And that's when it gets dicey.
And maybe that was part of what Fiedler went to the mound to tell him, let's get these 2.
Ahead of Whitney, 0-2. Ground ball to second. Jones will go to Garcia. To first for the double play. They turn him like no one else turns him in D3 baseball. And that's how you avoid the big bats at the top of the order. Get him at the bottom of the order, go to the bottom of the 6th with your lead intact at 7-5. Six, 7-5 Lynchburg. Playing from in front now in game 3 of the best of 3. Top of the lineup card for Jasper Carmichael. Strike one to Garcia.
For one of the few times today, there is no activity in the Johns Hopkins bullpen.
Jasper quickly ahead 0-2 on the tough leadoff man, Garcia. Bouncer to first. Souvenir says, I'll take it, and does for out number one.
Second baseman number 21, Benton Jones.
Benton Jones. Two-run homer in the second. Tied it at 4 at the time.
Been 3 big hits in this game for Lynchburg. The aforementioned home run by Jones, which tied the game. The Collins 2-run single in the first, which halved the lead and had an answer for a 4-run top of the first. And then Harding's bases clearing double in the fifth, which has given Lynchburg the lead. Hornets have scored 7 unanswered. Or take that back. A big Sear home run give Johns Hopkins the lead at 5-4.
Frank had to pull that one down. Two and one to Jones. Sneaks out of the way of that pitch. 3-1. This one, Ciani giving chase and gets there for the catch, 2 away.
Ciani covers a lot of ground in the outfield, whether he's playing right field or center field. He had to come into this game in the 3rd inning. After Trip Myers left unexpectedly, we still didn't get a report on why Myers left the game. We have to assume he got hurt or had an illness. Now Neves scored 2 runs in this game.
It's ball 1. That one misses. 2-0. The count. Foul back.
Had the green light at 3-0. He's their top home run threat on this club. And he was going for the downs on that one.
Ball 4. 2-out walk to Neves. Nothing new for him. Second free pass of the game. Pokerock, the designated hitter now. Again, 1-0. Throw to first, got the runner picked off, but the throw is way off the mark going down to second, and Neves will get 3. Souvenir just airmailed it.
was caught stealing, to be sure. I think give him credit for a stolen base, but it's an error 3 to be sure, a 2-base error. And now Neves 90 feet away. And that would be an important insurance run.
Absolutely. Steven was standing on the bag, and Souvenir just missed it wide left.
First error of this game.
Two-0 to Polka Rock. 3-0. Rowe is warming up for Johns Hopkins. Strike. Carmichael got the first 2 hitters, top of the order too, Garcia and Jones. But then when he walked Neves and the errant throw, all of a sudden issues. And another walk.
But Neves, Pokerak's got an awfully good eye at the plate.
So 2 aboard with 2 down for Hyatt.
Hyatt's the top run producer in the tournament for Lynchburg with 7 RBIs. He's 6 for 15.
After the first pitch, long run Ciani with Browning backing him up, side retired. They avoid another run stepping on home plate, and we go to the 7th inning in Iowa. 7-5, Lynchburg in front of Johns Hopkins. The Hornets here to begin this 7th inning. It's Mason McDowell.
McDowell got credit for a save, pitched, got the final 2 outs against Wisconsin lacrosse on opening night. Came in relief of Batchmore, who started this game. Struck out one of the 2 hitters he faced. McDowell's not the biggest guy at 5'10", 170. He's just a freshman from Fishersville, Virginia. He enters here in a big spot. Again, you'd like to get Browning and keep with the big fellas coming up for Johns Hopkins.
Golf this one to right field. Harding makes the catch. And it's out number 1. Gonna be a tough sun over there coming up on the 5 o'clock hour, and right side of the infield and the outfield is always tough this time of year. This time of night, I should say. Here's Matthew Cooper. Strike, 2 singles and 3 trips for Cooper today.
His 25th home run of the season in the morning game.
1-1.
Driven in 5 runs in the tournament. He's now 8 for 29, and that's a typical swing for him.
Yeah, tried to drive in 6, drive himself in and make it 7-6. One-two. Cooper backed off. Backed off of the plate, that is.
And McDowell challenges him at 87 miles an hour. Did I think Cooper said there's never a fastball he don't like?
Checked, went around.
Well, he threw him a slider and got him.
Ring up Cooper, 2 down. Have to check down the line. Plate umpire said strike 3. Here's Dylan Souvenir. Ball outside. Little inside out pitch. He takes the other way for a base hit.
Yeah, he's just a good hitter. Had a triple to center field in the first, had a single to right field in the fifth, and he goes the opposite way here to pick up his 15th hit of the tournament.
Wow. And it's important because here's Sean Stoyer, represents the tying run at the plate. Ball one to him.
We're 10 for 29, second team All-American, driven in 15 runs.
Jammed him. Atkins tracks it down. Side retired. Stretch him out in Cedar Rapids. Stretch him out wherever you may be watching on NCAA.com. Bottom of 7, Lynchburg 7, Johns Hopkins 5. Gavin Collins, long, noisy foul ball. Collins, Harding, and Fiedler. First trip ever to the College World Series for Lynchburg. Trying to go 1 for 1 in garnering a national championship. 6th trip for the Blue Jays. They've been runners-up before. They've never won it. Someone's getting the hardware for the first time ever on the baseball diamond. 2-1 to Collins. 3-1. Connecticut State was the champ a year ago, beat Salisbury. Seagulls were back this year, but were ousted. So a new champion will be crowned in 2023. 3-2, Carmichael in there, gets the K. And there's one away. So Collins strikes out. Here's Jackson Harding. Bases clearing double for Harding. Has us where we are at 7-5, Lynchburg. To Harding. Make it 3-0.
Harding in his big hit off at Carmichael, who's in for his 3rd inning of relief work.
Takes a strike.
He's the 3rd pitcher used by Bob Babb today. Both coaches open the game with their closers.
Chop to first. Souvenir plays it on the hop, and Carmichael covering for the 2nd out.
Jack Bashmore gave Lynchburg 5 innings. He's been relieved by Tapman and now McDowell. Meanwhile, Ben Keever started for Johns Hopkins. Lynchburg got him out of there after only 2/3 of an inning, and Jefferson and Carmichael have come on for Coach Babb.
Strike to Fiedler.
Carmichael 88 on that last delivery to Fiedler. Lucas Jones trying to lead his alma mater to their first ever Division III championship and their first ever visit to the Final Eight. He's a native of Lynchburg.
One-two pitch. What's great about both these coaches being alums, they understand the program inside and out, played it. They've run it. They've found a way to get to this national championship tilt. There's a base hit for Fiedler. He continues to hit, doesn't he?
Third hit in this game.
He's aboard with a 2-out single. You can cut and paste Lucas Jones and put in Bob Babb, who played for Hopkins, has coached him 44 years. He wants the first ever national championship, and here comes Bob out to the mound. Call to the bullpen. We'll step aside. Pitcher number 4 coming in for the Blue Jays here in the bottom of the 7th inning. Fourth pitcher of the afternoon here in Game 3 for Johns Hopkins. The right-hander, Hianu Rowe.
Saw Rowe the other day coming in relief through 4 1/3 innings. That's pretty well. Gave up a run and 2 hits in that stint. Walked a pair, struck out 4. This is Rowe's 15th appearance of the year. He's 1-0 with an ERA under 3. Has a couple saves on 21 2/3 innings, giving up an 18 hits.
He is in to face the number 9 hitter, Carson Atkins, with 2 away. Trying to get this final out and avoid the top of the order here in the bottom of the 7th. Big cut by Atkins.
Played well defensively, but he struggled at the bat in Iowa.
Rolled down into the bullpen. So Rowe ahead, 0-2. Got him for the strikeout. Good job to keep the deficit at 2. Now we go to the 8th inning. Blue Jays back to the dish, trailing by a pair. Top of 8 and getting late here in the national championship tilt. Johns Hopkins down 7-5. Sam Frank will lead it off here in the top of the 8th.
Mason McDowell starts his second inning.
Frank homered his last time up. That was back in the 5th, and that, at the time, broke a 4-4 tie. I'm going to have the Hornets sting the Blue Jays with 3 in the bottom half of the 5th. Oh. Could hear that one all the way upstairs. Hit by a pitch is Frank. Take the base, but this one hits with a thud. Glancing blow.
We got a pinch hitter here for Ciani. We do. Because Lucas Gear is going to get a swing. Gear comes in with a .412 average, 7 for 17 with 4 doubles and 2 home runs among his hits. Lucas Gear.
Lightning in a bottle moment. We will see. McDowell tosses him a strike. Couldn't hold up. 0-2.
Nice pitch there by the freshman. And off speed.
Pitched him outside, didn't chase. 1-2.
Get him to go after that slider or sweeper, as we now call it.
Well out of the zone. 2-2.
You have to think Gear is looking fastball.
Yeah, runs the count full.
He goes again outside.
Yeah, and you got Sear waiting on deck.
Gear's a freshman from Rockville, Maryland. Yeah, you got to challenge him. You can't walk him.
But he did. Ball 4. Wasn't that bat by the pinch hitter who fell behind 0-2. And now the tying runs are on the bases with nobody out. And Caleb Sear, who has gone yard way back in the first inning. Bullpen action, there you see it for Lynchburg. Every moment now a tense one here in Cedar Rapids.
And the tension is going to be broken by a mound visit.
And everyone going to join this convo.
And they're looking down the bullpen there. Well, I guess you would think they're going to discuss defensive strategy. I don't think Sear's going to bunt, but I guess you got to warn your infielders it could happen. Again, Sear's a big swinger. I don't think he's been asked to bunt a great deal. And this team doesn't bunt a great deal. Sear hit his 17th homer of the season earlier. But I'm sure they are talking defensive strategy.
Wesley Arrington is number 45 in the pen.
And he would be coming back on short rest. He pitched a complete game on Monday.
Alex Ginascoli is the other one, the right-hander, the other right-hander.
We have not seen Ginascoli in the tournament.
Convo over. Blue Jays huddle up as well. Here's Caleb Sear.
Third baseman even with the bag at third. First baseman is on the close to being in on the grass at first.
Be careful. Dowell, he threw it into no man's land and had to be confident Jones would get there.
Sear says, I'm not done.
Yep.
He was going for the downs there, as he tends to do. Connected on one of those swings back in the first.
McDowell, the 0-1, way outside, 1-1. They're playing Sear to pull. Neves deep and left. Atkins about straight away. He takes a few steps towards left center. And then a big gap in right center for Sear, but he's a pull hitter. Fiedler, is there room? Yes, there is. One away.
Big out there for the freshman McDowell. So he induces the pop-up.
One away for Jimmy Stevens. Stevens has struck out twice, flew out to right in his other AB.
He was 2 for 5 this morning, though, and drove in 4 runs, hit a home run in the 11-6 win that forced this deciding winner-take-all game 3.
Two 2-0 for McDowell.
Stevens is 5 for 26 in the tournament, even with the big morning game.
McDowell needed a moment, stepped off the mound. Now resets himself. Bringing the 2-0. How did Stevens get out of the way of that one?
Well, he spun around, but I'm with you. My instincts told me he got hit, but somehow it missed him. Well, it's now 3-0. My goodness.
In a danger zone for McDowell and the Hornets. Tosses a strike.
Right down Kurt Warner Avenue.
Yeah.
Or away. Kurt Warner away.
Kurt Warner away.
Yeah.
Here comes the 3-1. It's ball 4. Bases are loaded with Blue Jays. 1 out, tying runs at second and third. Go-ahead run now is Stevens at first. And Dylan Whitney, the batter.
I think they're going to stay with McDowell. The infield's in, which is puzzling to me. Well, because he's going to make a pitching change. But
Call the bullpen. We will step aside as the drama builds here in Iowa. 7-5 the score, top of 8, bases loaded for Johns Hopkins. It's the right-hander, Wesley Arrington, taking over for Lynchburg here in the top of the 8th inning with the bases loaded.
Wesley's a big man in a big spot. 6'4", 165 pounds, a senior out of Keswick, Virginia. He won a big game the other day as well. It's the Wes Arrington show, his coach said after he threw a complete game against East Texas Baptist, scattered 6 hits, allowed but 1 run, walked 2 and struck out 8. Coming back on short rest, but it's an awful big game. There is no tomorrow, literally, in college baseball. This is it. Arrington going to be asked to get some outs here in a bases loaded 1-out situation. The tying run at second. Arrington will face Dylan Whitney.
Go-ahead runs on the base paths for the Blue Jays. Whitney today, pair of fly ball outs, double play ball that ended the 6th. There's 1 out. Ball 1 from Arrington.
On the year, Arrington's 7-2 with an ERA of 4.3. This is his 17th appearance, only the 5th out of the bullpen. He's thrown 78 innings, had 73 strikeouts.
Up the middle, a base hit. Arrington had to duck to get out of the way of that one. 1 run in. This will not be the second one in. Easily punched out the plate as Atkins got it in a hurry.
Well, he tried to tie the game by sending the rubber, but instead Atkins makes a perfect 1-hop throw, and the ball was waiting for Gear at the plate. So that's a big out at the plate. But Whitney's RBI single gets Johns Hopkins within a run. And this is Sam Browning with runners at first and second now and 2 out.
So Bob Babb sent Gear. Easy tag out to keep Lynchburg in front for the moment.
Johns Hopkins forced Atkins to make a play, and he did with a perfect throw. Gear was out by at least 3 strides.
Browning today, 0 for 3. 2-0. Browning knows his job. Try to find a way to get on and get Cooper to the plate.
Browning 0 for 3 today in this game. 0 for 5 on the day and just 1 for 11 in the series.
Arrington, the 2-0 to Sam. In the dirt, 3-0.
Got to go after this guy with Cooper on deck.
A strike. Come back, Sam.
Browning 8 for 45 on the year. So if you're Lynchburg, you got to get him. Because Cooper, the All-American, on deck.
And he hit him. He didn't get him. They're loaded again. Who likes drama? Raise your hand.
Well, we saw a similar situation yesterday when Cooper hit with the bases loaded in the tying run at first. He popped up. That was in the 9th inning. Today in the 8th inning, he hits with the bases loaded, the tying run at 3rd, the go-ahead run at 2nd. Cooper, again, the Division III home run leader with 25. Had a big day today. See how clutch he is.
Strike 1 from Arrington.
Cooper 2 for 4 in this game. 4 for 7 on the day against Lynchburg.
Popped up. Foul territory. And Garcia
tripped over the mound.
Yeah, he did, and he's down. Holding the ankle.
Well, he had the best angle at the ball. He called the third baseman Collins off, said, "I'll take it," and then tripped over the mound, which he did not see. Again, the mounds are in play here in this minor league park. And college guy's not used to that. And it certainly bit the shortstop, who is still down. So Cooper will get another swing, but all the attention on Garcia now, who's scheduled to lead off the 8th inning, by the way.
Training staff is down there along with head coach Lucas Jones. He's up.
I'm sure he wants to stay in.
You know he'll campaign for a tough freshman, but I don't know.
And he went a long way for the ball. He had the best angle to make the catch, and he called Collins off. Collins peeled away, and Garcia just is about to get a beat on the ball, tripped over the mound down there, and then fell. Not trying to run it off, but it looks like he's going to stay in the game. I think he's convinced the training staff he's okay. Here it is again. You can see he calls him off, says, "I got it," and trips on the mound and grabs his ankle.
Garcia.
That's his old high school chum, Jones, is checking on him, make sure he's okay. We're going to need you. Don't be a hero.
Yeah, he's not 100%, but he campaigned to stay out there.
So let's go back. Arrington ahead in the count, 0-2 to Cooper, the Division III home run king, and a guy who's driven in 71 runs this year. Bases loaded.
Feeler set up. Arrington hit the mitt, 1-2.
82 on the pitch.
Went around. Arrington and the Hornets avoid disaster. Give up the single tally, but they lead by a single tally, heading to the bottom of the 8th. Excellent baseball game being played here with the national championship on the line. Brandon Garcia stayed in the game. Steps to the plate here in the bottom of the 8th. Strike one to the Lynchburg shortstop.
And you got to watch Arrington induce Cooper into a foul tip into the catcher's glove. A big strikeout with the bases loaded and the tying run at third.
Bouncing ball of second. Garcia. He's hobbling down to first. One away.
And now the question is for Lucas Jones. You put a subpar Garcia in the game, or you put in his backup in the 9th inning to preserve the lead, or think about your defense. But that's a big, big decision for Jones. His teammates would love to add an insurance run to take some of the, make that decision a little easier for Jones.
Here's Benton Jones. Stevens had him played perfectly. 2 away. In the top half of inning number 9, the Jays still have some big bodies. Souvenir, Stoyer, and Frank. 2, 3, and 4 scheduled.
And this is just a delay tactic as Rowe induces 2 quick outs. And Lucas Jones wisely is saying, "Come down here, Mr. Neebs. I want to just burn some time and give our guys a chance to rest in the dugout." That's all. There was no strategy involved in that chat.
Neebs has been on base 3 times today without getting a base hit. Walked twice, hit by a pitch once, and 2 of those 3 times he scored a run. Souvenir said, I lost it in the sun. Stevens takes it, side retire. Quick inning for the Jays to get back to the plate. It's the 9th inning in the national championship in Division III. Lynchburg 7, Johns Hopkins 6. The national championship on the line. The first for either one of these schools. We go to the top of the 9th inning with Lynchburg up by a run. Brandon Garcia, we wondered. There's your answer. He stays into play at short.
And Ryan Long goes in to play first base. This is a defensive change we've seen throughout the tournament in the late innings for Lynchburg.
Dylan Souvenir. Ball one to him. Stoyer in the on-deck circle. Blue Jays are down a run. Short center. Atkins comes in, one away.
Ginormous out for Arrington. He's got Souvenir, who had 3 hits in this game, 5 on the day, and 15 in the College World Series. So that's a huge out for Lynchburg.
Another big bat to face here for Arrington. Sean Stoyer. Ball one, just missed.
Stoyer's 10 for 30 in the tournament with 15 RBIs, including 1 in this game.
Fouled it out of play.
All-American third baseman. 16 home runs on the year. 420 hitter on the year.
To second. Jones is there. 2 down. Catcher Sam Frank will be the hitter. Lynchburg fans come to their feet. First ever trip they have made to the College World Series. Hoping to view some history.
Wes Arrington pitched him into the championship series with a complete game victory Monday. It's 1 out away from getting a save and giving him the title.
Ball one to Frank, who homered in this game back in the 5th. It put Hopkins up 5-4 at the moment.
Frank's 13th home run of the year.
One and two. Brandon Jones out at short, waving his hands, telling his fans to make some racket.
Good pitch. Just missed. Gutsy take by Frank. Think he's pumped up? That was a 90-mile-an-hour fastball.
Hearts are pumping throughout the ballpark. Count goes full on Frank. Arrington trying to end it. And he does! Swarm the field, Hornets! You are national champions!
Lynchburg, in their first ever appearance in the NCAA Division III College World Series, wins their first ever title. They do with some clutch hitting And again, Wesley Arrington, the pitching star, in a bit of a role reversal. They started the All-American reliever, Jack Bashmore. He gave them 5 innings, and they finished with one of their starters, Wesley Arrington, who gets the save. In between, they had 3 clutch hits. A 2-run single by Gavin Collins in the first inning to have a 4-0 lead. A game-tying home run by Benton Jones in the second inning. And then a 3-run bases-clearing double by Jackson Harding in the 5th. The relief pitching did the job the rest of the way for Lynchburg. Congratulations to Lucas Jones and the Hornets. You're the best there are in Division III.
There's the hardware. Here come the T-shirts and the national championship caps. It will be a perfect fit for the Lynchburg Hornets, who deny Johns Hopkins once again. They swarm the field and celebrate in style. Final score, Lynchburg 7, Johns Hopkins 6. For Bill Brophy and our entire Tupelo Honey crew here in Cedar Rapids, Iowa, a job well done all week long. We bid you farewell from Cedar Rapids for the final time in 2023. Lynchburg Hornets, your 2023 Division III national champions in baseball.
Cedar Rapids Springs for their partnership, commitment, and success in hosting this national championship. Presenting awards is Frank Miracolosi, NCAA Division III Baseball Committee Chair. Now, let's congratulate this year's runner-up, the Johns Hopkins Blue Jays, at this year's NCAA Division III Baseball Championship Series for excellent baseball season, finishing with a record of 48-8. Their assistant coaches, Gabriel Castellano, Andrew Furman, and Ryan Graves. Now, the following individuals, please come forward to receive your awards. Number 1, Matthew Chang. Number 2, Jimmy Stevens. Young Rowe. 4, Nicholas Joss. Number 6, Jimmy Nunez. Number 7, Cole Jefferson. Number 11, Philip Sear. Number 13, Kieran Collins. Number 14, Lucas Clear. Dylan Whitney. Number 16, St. Frank. Casey Kempner. Matthew Cooper. Dylan Souvenir. Number 23, Matt Sabadoff. Number 24, Jake Ciani. Bear Awansi. Charlie Monterosa. 28, Gabe Romano. 29, Ryan Anderson. 30, Trick Myers. 29, Browning. Jack McCray. 33, Sean Sawyer. 35, Ben Keeper. 36, Thomas Cansian. 38, Alex Shaney. 42, Jasper Carmichael. 'Assistant Assistant Coach Adam Shanoff. And the head coach, Bob Babb. Head coach Bob Babb and the team captain please come forward to accept the trophy. Congratulations to the Johns Hopkins Blue Jays, your 2023 NCAA Division III Baseball National runner-up. And now we present the 2023 NCAA Division III Baseball All-Tournament team. Starting pitcher from Salisbury University, Jackson Balzan. Starting pitcher from Johns Hopkins University, Gabe Romano. Starting pitcher from the University of Lynchburg, Zach Potts. Starting pitcher from the University of Lynchburg, Wesley Arrington. Relief pitcher from Johns Hopkins University, Matt Sapadoff. Relief pitcher from East Texas Baptist University, Matthew Irwin. The catcher from the University of Lynchburg, Holden Fever. First baseman from Johns Hopkins University, Gilbert Souvenir. Second base from the University of Lynchburg, Benton Jones. Third baseman from Johns Hopkins University, Sean Stoyer. Shortstop from the University of Lynchburg, Brandon Garcia. Outfielder from Salisbury University, Scott Cameron. Outfielder from East Texas Baptist University, Ben Lee. Outfielder from Baldwin Wallace University, Andrew Parker. And designated hitter from Endicott College, Danny McDougall. And now for the most outstanding player from the University of Lynchburg, Zach Potts. And now, the 2023 NCAA Division III Baseball National Champion, finishing with a record of 48-8, the Lynchburg Hornets. Presenting the awards is Frank Pelosi, NCAA Division III Baseball Committee Chair. First, we'd like to recognize the assistant coaches, Oscar Garcia, Gabe Garcia, and Michael Solbach. Now, will the following individuals please come forward to receive your awards. Number 2, Jackson Harding. Number 4, Ryan Hall. Number 5, Eric Hyatt. Number 6, Logan Webster. Number 7, Brandon Garcia. Number 11, Travis Schumate. Number 12, Carson Atkins. 13, Mason McDowell. 15, Gavin Collins. 16, Colby Putnam. Number 18, Sean Polkerider. Riley O'Donovan. Number 21, Benton Jones. #23, Holden Fiedler. #24, Logan Tapman. #27, Dylan Fisher. 28, Zach Potts. 30, Avery Dees. 32, Brandon Pond. 33, Nick Matfield. 34, Cameron Lane. 35, Nathaniel Mack. 37, Trevor Barnes. 39, Matt Cassidy. 43, Angel Collazo. 44, Alex Ginascoli. by Wesley Arrington. 48, Jack Batchmore. Associate head coach Travis Beasley. And head coach Lucas Jones. Now we would like head coach Lucas Jones and the team captains to please come forward to accept the trophy. Congratulations to the Lynchburg Brothers, your 2023 NCAA Division III Baseball National Champions. And now, on behalf of the NCAA and our hosts, the American Rivers Conference and Cedar Rapids Colonels, we thank you for your attendance at the 2023 NCAA